Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying the instruction that I'm giving you. So today we're going to be talking about acquiring an instrument. A really common question that I get is, what violin should I buy? And my first answer to that is it possible for you to rent? I highly recommend renting a violin over buying a violin for two reasons. The first is that it's less expensive. I know shops that will rent a violin for $25 a month, which is super affordable for most people. And the second is you'll get to play on a higher quality instrument than you would if you were buying one. $100, $200, even $300, $400 violins usually are not great quality. I would definitely not recommend buying an instrument off Amazon, especially those that I've seen that come with like a bunch of different things like strings, mute, whatever, all for $100. Like, you're gonna get the quality that you pay for, you know? So if you rent a violin, you can pay $25 a month and you'll get to play on an $800 instrument, $1,000 instrument, you know, and that makes a huge, huge difference. If you have a bad instrument, it's going to be all that much harder for you to play well. And it's already really hard to learn the violin, right? So why make it harder on yourself? Now, I can only speak to where I'm from, which is the United States, and I know that in most major and minor, littler, smaller cities, there are violin shops that you can rent from. If you don't live in the US and you live somewhere where, violin shops aren't really as prevalent, then I understand wanting to buy an instrument. Two really good brands to look for are Eastman and Hoffman. If possible, I would recommend saving so that you can afford a decent instrument, at least $500–600. I know that seems like a lot, but it truly is an investment in yourself and in your playing. Obviously, I know this isn't always possible for everyone. So if you really want to play the violin and you can only afford that $100 violin from Amazon, go for it and just start learning. I would just say be hyper vigilant. When you get the instrument, make sure that everything is in proper working order. Try not to get one of those violins that you kind of have to assemble yourself where the bridge is down. There's really no reason for that. You should be able to get one fully assembled no matter where you live. Now let's talk about upgrading your violin. Violins, and the same goes for bows, kind of have a limit, especially if you're using like a student grade violin. Now, I am a firm believer that you should be able to make any violin sound good. One of my teachers told me that when I was younger, and I completely agree. So I wouldn't be in a rush to upgrade your violin thinking that it's going to magically make you sound better overnight, because chances are it won't. I think the right time to upgrade your violin is when you can afford it. I would be prepared to spend at least a few $1,000s on a good instrument. And again, if that's not in your price range, don't worry about it. It's not going to hinder you in any way. It's not going to halt your progress. You're still going to be able to be a great violinist. My violin was not very expensive. I'm not willing to say exactly how much on the internet, but trust me, it's nothing compared to some of even my classmates when I was in music school. So I know from personal experience that you can make any violin sound good. So to sum up, I would first recommend renting whenever possible. If it's not possible for you to rent, I would recommend trying to save up and buying at least an $800 instrument. If that's not possible, go ahead and buy that $100, $200 violin on Amazon and just get to work. Finally, don't be in a rush to upgrade your instrument, especially if you think it's just going to magically make you sound better, because it probably won't. Please leave any questions you have about buying or renting a violin in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.